Hello everyone. So today's video is going to be just a little bit different. So usually our videos center around theme parks or theme park food. There will be eating in this video, and I actually will be going to Terminal C, the brand new Terminal C at the Orlando airport, where you can fly out through JetBlue, which I will be flying. But this video is actually going to be a little bit more personal. Personal because I'm going to be having my last match as a professional wrestler. So for those of you that don't know or may not be aware, I used to be an independent professional wrestler. And I feel like some people would question, what do you mean professional wrestler? Some people think MMA, or they have other thoughts in regards to what that could be. And I'm sure what a lot of people will assume is they go, oh, WWE. And I would say yes and no. I never had the privilege of being able to work for a larger company like WWE or AEW, but I did have the opportunity and the privilege to be able to work extensively in independent wrestling. So this video is going to be going over my full experience, my full adventure, having my very last match. I'll be going over my thoughts and philosophy in regards to professional wrestling, also my full experience and my history, or a little bit of my history. We will be getting a little personal here, but not too personal. We like to keep these videos positive. But I am going to go over, again, my history with wrestling and probably just sit the camera down and go over my thoughts. So this won't be crazy stylized. There won't be a lot of B-roll in it. But if you do want to see a tour of MCO Terminal C, there are in the description chapters. So you could skip to that if that's the only reason you want to watch this. But I'm hoping that maybe someone in our subscriber base will be a little bit intrigued by this. We'll get a bit of something out of it. I'm mostly filming this for myself. It's kind of like an introspective in regards to my thought process, my full adventure, my journey, something I can look back on. And I hope you guys enjoy taking the journey with me. All right, so first I'm gonna go over my history with pro wrestling, or more accurately for me, just independent pro wrestling. I've been a huge fan of it since I've been a kid. So 6, 7 years old, I started watching. I had, again, we're not going to go too personal in here, and maybe one day Sam and I will put out a video that goes over our full history and why we started vlogging, because it's a pretty interesting story. But again, we try to keep it positive. But I had an unconventional, I guess you could say, childhood. So I found escapism in power fantasy based stories, which is why I'm also a big fan of Star Wars, Marvel, Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, things like that. And wrestling is a combination of those things. So I grew up, and when I was probably about 14 years old, so for me that's around 2004, I started watching ECW tapes that had come out. So ECW by that time had closed down. It was kind of a little past. I mean, around the time I was watching, but I really got more into it as I got older. And Mikey Whipwreck was one of their former champions, and a lot of people consider the original underdog. He was a smaller performer at the time. Just to kind of condense this, I can go really in depth into each character and person I've met and worked with. But I found that he had a school near where I lived on Long Island, and they had shows obviously, and I begged my dad to let me go. I annoyed him to the point where he said I could go, and I did go. And when I was there, I actually found the owners and Mikey, who ran the school, and they provided me the opportunity to help set up the rings and stuff and ring the bell. And for you guys that don't know, independent wrestling is kind of little, or I shouldn't say little, because some are bigger than others, but they're like carnivals. They travel from town to town doing shows, mostly in local areas. So I would go and I'd help set up the ring, and I would ring the bell, and they even let me train at a very young age. And I had my first match at a very young age. So just for you that don't know, I'm around 32 right now. And I got involved with this when I was 14, which is why this is a big step for me. Again, I never had the privilege of working for a larger company. Of course, at that time, that's what I wanted. But as I've gotten older, and I think most people who, get older or are involved with subcultures like this as you get older, you realize as you get older, your value system changes. And pro wrestling is a really hard life, and I have a huge amount of respect for all the people that I've worked with and have been able to make livings off of it, but it's not a lifestyle that I particularly find attractive right now, although I still truly do love performing and the art form of pro wrestling. I truly think that it's more than just sports and entertainment. It's much like theater. And I'll go over my philosophy in regards to it in a little bit. And performing wrestling or being a performer was a big part of my life. I got to be a trainer. I got to work with people that, if you do watch wrestling, a lot of them, work on TV right now. I don't want to do like name dropping things like that. But again, I feel privileged to be able to have performed against those people. And for me, that was like a comforting safe space for a long time. But a lot happened between now and then, me getting older, things in life happening, some of them tragedies that led to Sam and I vlogging. And I feel that now the vlog, this, is my creative outlet. And I think it's important for anyone to have that, whether you're able to monetize it or whether it's just something that you do to be able to express yourself. Creative expression is a natural human instinct. And I think that in modern society, especially because we view the ability to monetize art as its only necessary value, that it's often lost on people that sometimes you just need to dance, you just need to sing, or you just need to do things for the feeling of fulfillment of them. And I got a lot of fulfillment out of performing, but there came to a point where I didn't have that. I wasn't having fun like I used to have. So around the pandemic, or right as the pandemic hit, February was my last match of 2020. Right after that, everything shut down, and I started vlogging, and that became my creative outlet. And I didn't have a real craving to wrestle, but I was called upon to perform against this guy, Mike Mistretta, who I helped train when he first started. He was a nice guy. I mean, he's a little boisterous. I guess they call him a heel now. So for you guys who don't know, there are bad guys and good guys. The bad guys are called heels. The good guys are called baby faces. I've primarily been a heel, and which is what Mike is. But for this particular match, I'm going to be able to be a baby face, which is a lot of fun because people actually get to cheer for you. Heel is fun too, because you can kind of do things to poke at people or annoy them. But yeah, so it just wasn't for me anymore. But I never really got to have that goodbye. So that's what this is, and again, a huge part of my life. And this is the journey. All right, so my philosophy into pro wrestling. So a lot of people compare what they see in WWE to a soap opera. And I certainly think for televised pro wrestling, that makes a lot of sense. It's a dramatic serial. The action is almost never fulfilled. The stories always progress to the next week. And the championships kind of work as MacGuffins that kind of move the story forward. And for those that don't know the theater lingo or story lingo, a MacGuffin is kind of like an item that is desired by people, or what people kind of fight over in a film, movie, or a book. Like a MacGuffin would be the ring in Lord of the Rings, or if you watch Marvel, the Infinity Stones from the Infinity Saga. So I kind of, in my philosophy in wrestling, I view the championships as that. Each competitor wants to win a championship to earn more money, or it's kind of like almost the story that can be told with sport, but condensed. People sometimes kind of ask, how do you know who wins or loses? And what I generally tend to answer to that is, the promoter picks whoever he thinks he's going to be able to make the most money off of. You're not playing yourself. At least I don't view it as that. Some people do view it as that. They view it as an extreme form of method acting. I don't think that's super healthy, and I do think there is grounds in wrestling for that because it has a lot of carny or carnival based history. So, obviously you're playing a character. Pro wrestling has a history of carnival-based entertainment. I'm very nervous about my match because, I had a generally decent physique. There were times that I was in better shape than others, but I'm sure as you guys see, I'm not probably eating the best all the time right now. We run a food-based vlog. So I dieted a little bit. I've increased my protein intake. I've been working out about 6 days a week currently. I run a mile and a half, 5 days a week. I do 500 to 600 squats one day a week. I do resistance training, stretching, and then I also try to add some agility-based workouts in, so try to better my performance. And actually considered one of the original world champions was a guy named George Hackenschmidt. He's who the NWA considers their first world champion, and he had a relationship with carnivals and was considered a carnival strongman and also one of the first bodybuilders. Actually, a lot of the exercises like the hack squat were invented by guys. I'm simplifying it, but were invented by guys like George Hackenschmidt. So trying to help maintain a larger-than-life physique is always a really hard thing with wrestling, which is another reason it's very hard to continue and to maintain. It's strange in wrestling because average physiques almost stick out more than over-the-top ones. You always see like a very muscular pro wrestler, a very large, sometimes overweight pro wrestler, a very shredded, thin pro wrestler. But if you see an average guy pop out, he actually sometimes pops more than the other guys because it's so out of the ordinary. And that kind of leads into, again, another philosophy I had with wrestling where I do think that independent wrestling, rather than being more like a soap opera, and I would even say this about televised wrestling as well, I always relate it more to like a Broadway musical or a musical number. The characters have desires, and then the match would almost be like the musical number because it's an actualization of that desire or self-actualization in regards to like receiving something from the story. That's what the match is. Whether it's a match where it's just about like a championship, each competitor is competing to be able to achieve that MacGuffin, or maybe sometimes it's a bit more personal, or soap opera-esque. The match is what culminates to that moment, almost like how the musical piece does. So I've always kind of related it, and I've kind of, even in independent wrestling, because you don't have like televised shows every week. So if you go to an independent show like you guys are going to see later, it's most likely going to be just match, maybe a story here or there that's like trickled in. But the idea more so is about the performance, the musical piece. And just like a musical, it's very active. So, you're singing, you're dancing. In pro wrestling, you may be getting beat up a bit, but it's to an extent partly like a dance. Two people are working together to be able to create the story of this match, just like how a dance or a musical number would be able to tell a story. Just one more thing I wanted to say before I go, and it's that I have been really stressed. I just really hope, win, lose, or draw, that the match isn't bad. I really don't want to have a bad last match. I did announce like online kind of that it was my last match. Not that I think that, my time in wrestling warranted any special privilege of a final match, but it is nice to have kind of like that bookend. And this isn't just me like ending my relationship with wrestling. It's more so just me ending my relationship as an active performer. I would love to be involved in other aspects of it, maybe other aspects of independent wrestling as well, announcing, commentating, things like that. But for me, at 32 years old, with the high risk that's involved with it, and just the strenuous nature of the performance and of the sport, if you want to call it a sport, I think for me, I've had a good time, and I'm appreciative for what I had, but I just hope it's good. If you have any questions or comments about wrestling or anything you see in this video, sound off in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them or correspond with you. And if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. All right, we're on our way to the airport. This is it. This is the last one. We're heading to MCO.
You should have recorded me doing your tan.
Yeah, I'm going to be a lot darker now, guys, from this point forward in the vlog. All right, we are arriving at Terminal C, and you can see the airlines that'll be flying into Terminal C from right there. JetBlue's what I'm on. It's right over there in the background. All right, we have arrived. I'll see you when I get back. All right, we're heading inside. Oh wow, so first impressions, it's very big. I've had some issues checking in on my phone, so first thing I have to do is go to the check-in kiosk. All right, so we're inside. I'm just gonna do a quick little tour because I don't want to elongate this video too much. But the first thing that you see to the right-hand side as you walk in is the Disney store. It is a really nice, looking like an LED display. And then Universal, its competitor, is right next to it. I'm also seeing SeaWorld, the TripAdvisor store. So I'll start off with Disney store. It's to your right if you go to the right as you go through bag check. So we'll take a look at that first. All right, let's head inside. As you walk in, to the left, the first things you'll see are Star Wars and Marvel displays. And the Pixar I love is kind of to your right, as well as Winnie the Pooh. Oh, you can get your Disney snacks here. That's great to know. I love the Disney snacks. If I wasn't dieting, this would be very tempting for me. Not a very deep store, but it does have all the merchandise that you need. It does look like the merchandise is kind of the highlight here. Not an old-fashioned Disney store, obviously more fashioned, like the newer Disney stores, where again the merchandise is the star. You can find your mini Mickey merchandise, as well as some Spirit jerseys. And oh, this almost kind of looks like a. Oh, I think that right there is a hidden Mickey. Looks like a fireworks display right above 50th anniversary Cinderella Castle. All right, so now right past the Disney store is this cask and larder provisions. It's like a grab and go as well as a bar. And right past that is the Universal store, which has 2 whole levels. Definitely got to check this one out. Universal, I feel like their store has a somewhat similar style to what the Disney one has. Both have a lot going on. But what Universal has that is very interesting is the LED display is inside. It actually goes up to the 2nd floor, so we'll have to take a look at that in a little bit. Feeling like Universal is a bit more expansive with the merchandise and merchandise options. You can see lanyards, Minnie stuff right back there to the right as you walk in. Also, way in the back there is a Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure train car. It's not the train, it's the car that you'll sit in when you go on Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This is a great photo op. Let's see how the upstairs is. Wow, that LED section definitely adds to it. You hear the Harry Potter music right as you walk up. This is a really fun store. Oh, that dragon's coming right for us. Oh, whoa. What's this guy up to? Is he just coming to... Oh! Not coming to say hi. Whoa! That goes across the whole store. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, so as you guys can see, this LED display goes across the whole store, and this whole level is just a Harry Potter, a Wizarding World level. Oh, you can get your Wizarding World treats here, too. Oh, you did it on that side, too. You can see Starbucks is kind of the center of where you enter Terminal C. The only store I'm probably going to go inside after these two is going to be the SeaWorld store. Right after Universal is this store Cam. Looks like you can get some books, some treats, some Apple products. 360. They have Oakley stuff. They have cosmetics. And it looks like they got some alcohol for those who partake. Right across from 360, looks like it has all these LED displays. Wow, these LED displays make it look like you were almost inside the water with these manatees. This is really cool. I'm not sure if this is like I guess it's not a SeaWorld display, but very interesting. And you can also, fun little note, see the ripples right here that kind of lend itself into the theming and to the aesthetic of these LED displays. Wine Bar George is one of Sam and I's favorite restaurants at Disney World. I'm hoping I can eat here, but I'm not sure if I have enough time. I think the me not being able to check it on my phone kind of killed the time I had. Now we've reached the gates. So back there is an Orange County Brewers. Over there is a Plaza Premium Lounge for lounge guests if you want to pay for it. So I think we're going to loop around and check the other side out. I really like the SeaWorld store entrance because, of course, the SeaWorld store would have an aquarium. Duh. All right, this is the interior of the SeaWorld store. Yeah, it's like your typical SeaWorld merchandise. You know, there's Sesame Street merchandise in here too. So if you are going to SeaWorld and you know that you're going to Terminal C, you could stop by this store and you could probably not face as many lines as you would in SeaWorld to get that Sesame Street merchandise. Green Beat over here is a salad shop, probably what I should be sticking with, knowing that I'm wrestling tomorrow. And then they have a pizzeria over here, a brick oven pizzeria. I don't trust Florida Pizza. It's DeSano's Pizzeria at this TripAdvisor store. Now this is where you're going to be able to get your grab-and-go options, your snacks. They have a self-checkout area, and then, you know, all your drinks and stuff. Filet is now open, and they are, of course, boasting a very large line. Then all the way in the back, left is Shake Shack, and then you can't forget Cinnabon and Annie Ann's. They're like staples of any like mall-esque complex. Old Hearth Bread Company is looking like it's getting ready to open very soon. Kind of looks like a Panera Bread to a certain extent. All right, so I have sat down here at Wine Bar George. I want to get that sandwich from the display case. This is the QR code menu. They have them at the little tables. So you can also sit at the bar. Let's take a look at the menu here. It looks like they have small plates. The menu set up just like how it is in Disney. They have the toasted bagel, the salmon bagel, which you can see in the display case. I think what I'm seeing is the chicken salad sandwich in that display case, and that sounds like something I could have right now. Definitely can't get a whole artisanal cheese board to myself. And for the small plates, they have a seasonal salad, warm crab dip, smoked salmon, roasted beets, warm spiced olives, the house-made meatballs are good. The burrata's good here too. All right, something I didn't realize before, this actually has a whole, I almost dropped everything, a whole green tomato on it. Iceberg lettuce. Yeah, again, one of Sam and I's favorite restaurants in Disney Springs. Can't beat it. It's good. And it's like quick service. I got this in 5 minutes. These are the chips that it comes with. I like kettle cooked. I can't think of a better chicken salad sandwich. I'm going to go for an 8 for that. It's really good. To lighten a little bit on the carbs, I did skip most of the chips and I took about 2 slices of bread off. You do need some carbs for protein synthesis, but I couldn't help myself. I had to eat more chips. As I was walking to my gate, I just realized they have an Einstein Bagel Company. This is right across from gate 236 of the Main Street Market. Now, if I didn't eat at Wine Bar George, this is the place I would have gone to. Sunshine Diner by Chef Art Smith. Art Smith is the chef for Homecoming over at Disney Springs. Look at all these pastries. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't come here for a wrestling match, but definitely if I'm flying, I need to come back. They also do have a grab-and-go section. I'm sure they have a lot of really good food. Right next to Sunshine Diner, they have Cucina, another grab-and-go section, and even more pastries. There is no shortage of bagels and pastries here in Terminal C. Sunshine Diner is actually right across from my gate 235. I really wish Sam was here with me. I also really wish I could eat more food here. But yeah, I'm ready to take off. For those wondering, there are a lot of USB ports and wireless phone chargers at the seat, something I haven't seen before. All right, we had a 2-hour delay, but we're finally heading on. All right, seated, ready for takeoff. JFK, the first time I've been back in New York in 10 months. My sister's picking me up. All right, my sister, who you've all seen before, if you watch the Toledo video, has picked me up. We're in New York City, JFK, going to Long Island. Christy, what are your thoughts on my last match?
I'm excited for it. I think you're going to do great.
Thanks. All right. All right, so I'm in New York. It's the morning of my last match. I am very nervous. I think I slept 6 hours, which isn't the worst. And I haven't, I've been eating good. Good for me. If you guys see how I eat. I'm at my sister's house.
Hi.
Say hi, Christy.
Hello.
So
to my home.
Yeah. This is Christy's house in Long Island. We are going to head down to the school now. It's a wrestling school, to a New York Wrestling Connection in Long Island, New York. It's where I was a trainer. It's where I trained. And it's where majority of my matches happened. I'm going to go there. I'm going to show you guys maybe a little bit of like me warming up. Haven't been in the ring in a little bit, so I'm definitely going to want to stretch out, feel that out, and I'll show you guys around there. And then I'll be have my very anxiety-inducing last match.
Woo.
All right, we're heading out.
Here we go.
All right, we're here. It's behind Christy. All right, inside. All right, so the door is just open. I'm feeling pretty good. I gotta get changed. I'm gonna have my friend Chris film some of the match for me. I'll provide you guys my thoughts before I go out. and I'm facing Mike Mistretta for the NYWC Championship. Hopefully I do well. I'm very nervous about my physique, my aesthetic, my performance. It is a very stressful situation. I'm hoping I do myself justice and those I perform with justice as well, but I'm excited for my match. 2 Tickets to Adventure, Chad and Vanessa. This is the mystical lost vlog. We vlogged with them and we lost our camera. Yes. But Chad, Vanessa, you've been a wrestling fan, right?
Yes. Back in the Rock days. Back in NWO.
Oh yeah, the Attitude Era. That's when I was a kid that I grew up on. Would you, Vanessa, you want to help me tonight?
Sure, yes.
Okay, I'm going to try to find a spot for you to help me out.
Okay. Awesome.
How you been, Chad?
I'm good. How are you?
How was the travel here?
It was something.
It was something.
The Bell Parkway, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is it. And I'm in my ring gear. I'm going to give the camera to my friend Chris. I'm very nervous. I've said that a million times, but I am.
it's the next morning after the match. I'm exhausted. I'm really beat up. I took some stupid falls. I'm not sure if we're going to do like a montage. This video won't have the full match. I think I may have said that earlier. This is more so capturing my thoughts, philosophy, feelings, kind of like an autobiography or documentary. I don't know if that means anything. All right, Bagel Cafe Middle Island. Long Island Bagels. All right, I've been bringing this up since I was about to fly. So this is Bagel Cafe, Christy?
Yes.
In Middle Island?
Yep.
Good. No offense to Florida, I love you, but better than any bagel I had in Florida. 8. All right, Jenny and Angelina are having their bagels. Jenny, what do you think of yours? You had an egg with cream cheese.
I'll give it a 9.
9, yeah. I may have been a little conservative with mine, Jenny, so I think you might be right. What about you, Angelina? You always like to give 10s, so.
10.
Yeah, I'm feeling 10 too. I could see an argument for both of where you guys went with these. All right, we're cutting it down to the wire, Christy. Flight's at 2:55. It's now 11:44. But I need pizza. I need New York pizza before we leave. So we're gonna try to stop by a place called Bella Roma. I've had slices there before. Hopefully as good as I remember. And hopefully we can make it my flight on time.
Yes, I hope so. I believe that we can do it.
Me too. All right, we made it to Bella Roma. I just need one slice of pizza. All right, Bella Roma pizza. I needed to get a slice before I left. So I can already tell with the crust. Like, just look at that, Christy. You could just see.
It's good.
Yeah. Look at that.
Italian music in the background.
Yeah, you can see the cheese pull and the fresh mozz. That crust is real crispy at the bottom.
Perfect.
Very cheesy. We also got a New York staple. The grandma slice.
Grandma slice, that's my favorite.
Will you care if I take a bite, Christy?
Oh yeah. That has a good crisp.
There's that
Hear that?
crust.
That's my favorite thing about the grandma slice.
The right amount of flop, crust. This is good pizza. I remember them having good pizza. I've been here in a while though, you know? What would you give the slices here, Christy?
Where the grandma slice is my favorite, so definitely an 8.
I'm gonna go 8 across the board. Everything.
Yeah. I wanna
Pizza's
try the
great. I
regular
recommend
slice.
if you're in the area, check out Bella Roma. They have real good pizza. All right, Christy, it's time to go to the airport.
Yep. Leaving Long Island.
All right, it's time to get on the plane. I will miss bagels and pizza, but I will not miss the cold. All right, we're back. Terminal C. Sam's picking me up, and yeah, I think I wanna go to Disney World, but maybe not tonight. Look who picked me up. It's my wife.
Very tired wife.
Yeah, Sam was there. She surprised me. So we're gonna go home.
Are we gonna eat?
Yeah, we're gonna eat.
What do you want?
I wasn't sure if I was gonna film it, but now I am. And then we're gonna talk about our thoughts. All right, there's a lot of eating in this vlog. Final meal of the vlog is Portillo's. We're gonna have the salad in another vlog, so let's just see how the soup is, Sam. That salad was very good though.
Super hot.
You came from New York, you need something to warm your bones up.
It's okay. I like the noodles that they use. I don't think the chicken tastes that great.
Yeesh.
That's it. But it's all right. It's not bad, but it's like a standard, you know, cup of soup. I would probably give it a 5.
Okay.
I mean, it's hitting the spot, but I think the chicken is a little
All right, so in our Portillo's opening video, I did have their Chicago dog already. So if you want to see my thoughts on it, it's good. I gave it an 8. Spoiler alert. But I definitely recommend checking out that video. I am going to have the broiled chicken sandwich, which is considered a Portillo's classic. All right, so this is the broiled chicken sandwich.
brioche bun. The bun looks good. Isn't this easier than wrestling?
It tastes just like the old McDonald's chicken sandwiches. When they used to have the grilled chicken sandwich at McDonald's, tastes just like that.
Is that a good thing?
I like that chicken
I
sandwich.
have never had that, so I don't know.
I like that chicken sandwich. I like this chicken sandwich. Not the best thing I've had. It could be a bigger, like, slice of chicken, but okay. I'll give it a 6. One above average, something I enjoy. I'd get again if I wanted to eat something healthy, but let's eat something not healthy.
You deserve it.
We last time got the chocolate cake shake. The machine was broken, but they're known for these in-house made chocolate cakes. So let's see how it is.
That looks like the Matilda chocolate cake.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Save me a little bite.
That tastes like how I would imagine the Matilda chocolate cake to taste. It's not like a bitter dark chocolate. Definitely a milk chocolate, but the cake is just very moist.
It's that mayonnaise.
There's mayonnaise in the cake. I thought it was just the shake.
No.
Oh, it's the cake.
The cake is in the shake,
I
which
don't
is
taste-
why I said there's mayonnaise
Yeah.
in the shake, because it's in the cake, which is in the shake.
And it's the right amount of icing, not too much. Don't get overdoing the icing. Right amount. All the flavors complement each other. Good amount of. I was gonna say hits, but it's a lot of sweetness. Yeah, this 8. 8. Yeah. I'm gonna go 7, but I'm gonna jump all the way to 8 because I really enjoyed my buffalo again.
All right, we're ending this at EPCOT's Festival of the Arts. Poetic for me because wrestling, pro wrestling for a very long time was my creative outlet. Since I was 14 years old, I had a long history with it, and now I'm finishing it at a Festival of the Arts, a creative outlet, and my new creative outlet, vlogging. I'm sure a lot of people will devalue my time in wrestling because I didn't reach a lot of commercial success, and I hope that there's any part of my story that comes through in this, it's that your time experiencing and creating art isn't valued solely based off of commercial success. While that is awesome, and I support all of my friends that have had that and people that will gain that, the majority of people don't fall into that, and it's hard to recognize that when most of the people with the megaphones or with the loudest voices are the ones that do have that commercial success. For me, my value in this was found in being able to mature, to grow, and to connect with all the people that I got to meet while creating my art. The fulfillment that I received in it was internal. And when I got to walk out on that stage for my last match, sure, I didn't see thousands of fans, but I got to see a couple hundred friends. And that meant the world to me, to be able to have that. So I really appreciate anyone that was willing to take this journey with me. I know this vlog isn't something we usually do. It's not our foray to do personal stuff, but thank you for coming on this personal journey with me. I greatly appreciate everyone that watches this vlog, that has learned a little bit about my life and has gotten to see all the great food that I got to eat along the way. Thanks again for everything. Good night.